Welcome to the second episode of Fourth and Three. I'm Zach here with
Caden,
Jake,
Matt.
We're going to be talking about trending today, Block Blast, your volleyball team from BA, and, of course, this week's hot take. Block Blast, the popular game of today, has really struck a huge audience in BA, and I think it's really affecting the schoolwork and just overall happiness in the school, I'd say.
I agree completely.
Definitely on the schoolwork part. I mean, I look at you in history. You're always just sitting there playing it.
Yeah, I mean, it just brings great times. Okay, you hit that high score, you're feeling great about yourself. I mean,
Speaking of high scores, I've heard you've hit a new one pretty recently.
I have 31,055,
Wow.
and I remember back in the day, I hit 8,000. It was a crazy thing.
Mhm.
We thought it would be unreachable, but I mean, Jake reached 13,000, and we thought, holy cow, this guy's on another level.
Boy, did you hit that out of the water this week.
Yes. Really gave my go. I was actually playing at home. That's some serious dedication by, all the fellas, except for this one.
See, I actually do not play Block Blast. I feel like the same thing happened last year, too. Golf battle or
Oh,
whatever.
wow.
Like,
What a game.
yeah.
Definitely top two all time.
But
Block Blast,
same
golf
thing.
battle.
I just didn't buy into it. Like, all you guys played and stuff in school, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to get involved with that.
I mean, me personally, I think that mobile games are a great way to pass the time.
Especially in
yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Oh, in school, yeah. No, I completely understand where you guys are coming from. It's just,
Yeah. I think that overall, though, Block Blast has to take number two. Golf battle.
Golf battle was
Golf
legendary.
Golf battle was an all-time
Iconic
icon.
game, truly.
Golf battle was so legendary. We had people dropping hundreds of dollars on that
Yes,
game.
people spent a ton of money on that game, and
We used to get excited for the golf pass. We bought it in a seventh period chemistry last year.
yes, it was
I
awesome.
actually probably spent more time playing golf battle than actually doing chemistry in that class last year.
Yeah, and I mean, shout out Mr. Carr. I mean, he saw us on it a few times. Let her slide.
Yeah, he
You got
definitely
it.
knew what was going on, but he
you
just
guys
he
were
just
always
trusted the
putting in work.
process.
You guys were always putting in work.
Yeah,
All
I
the
mean,
time.
that's what was necessary. The clan needed to succeed, and that's what it took.
We're definitely one of the most successful golf battle clans of all time.
We were, yes.
But, I feel like every year there is just like a mobile game that kind of stands out and everyone picks up. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
2 years ago, it was Among Us. Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
there's
And I mean,
always-
throwing up to that
Yeah,
game,
exactly.
that's taking the 3-hole, I'd say.
I did, that is a game that I actually participated in. I did get involved in some Among Us.
Yeah,
but-
I think we could all get behind a good Among Us game.
Yeah.
But the thing about Among Us is you had to communicate with your
Mhm.
classmates.
You had to
play-
Yes,
you had to
play with
it's not
peers.
like it's something you could be sneaky about.
back of
like
chemistry,
one class
yeah.
or golf
Oh, yeah,
battle. You
yeah.
had to be a group effort.
And it's like there's a little give and take there because, you have that group effort, you have that community fun,
No, yeah.
But
that-
you
that
also
just makes
have
it way more
some
fun.
fun time to yourself. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you gotta figure out what works best for you in the current scenario, I'd say.
Also, I say Block Blast a lot more relaxing. You're not wagering coins every time you play. You're just playing for the love of the game, not getting yourself
Yeah.
in the hole with the coins. Throw the phone on airplane mode, no ads, just
Yeah.
straight Block Blast uninterrupted.
Oh yeah, it's so peaceful.
It's definitely a joyous
Yeah.
time. Except it does low key extremely drain your battery very
Yeah.
quickly.
Oh yeah.
You'll play one game, go from like 100% down to like 50.
But that's what you got to do to
Give
be
and
the
take.
best.
Give and take.
Give and take.
On to the next topic. Now we're going to talk about some BA volleyball.
I mean, shout out to the girls. They've been putting in work
Oh,
lately.
yeah.
3 of them hit a big 500 mark, so
500 club,
that's
yeah.
big stuff.
Big
And,
shout out
uh,
Ava Addy. Big
yep.
shout out.
Yep. 3 A's.
And honestly, it's crazy. All in the same night, too.
Yeah.
And all of those,
Sure,
stats or whatever, they all like account for each other.
Yeah.
Going from a dig to an assist to a kill or whatever, like it all accumulates together.
And those are the things that earn you the triathlete of the week. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
what more?
It was
what
Addy's
more do you
second
want?
time being athlete of the week
Yeah.
already in this
Big
short school
stuff.
year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Very,
stuff.
very dominant athlete on the court.
And I mean, we saw that firsthand Monday night against Juniata Valley.
Big game. She had,
Rio
what,
sweep.
she had what, 20 kills,
Yeah.
Addy?
It was
Really?
insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty insane work.
So, I mean, big
Also,
stuff.
I
But
saw Ava Hassler 37 assists.
I know.
Wow.
Give it up.
Truly incredible.
How does one even
performance.
achieve that?
I had
You
no
you
idea.
got to ask yourself.
I believe they're sitting at about 9-6 right now.
Give or take one.
Give or
Either
take.
way.
I think in the lower Highlands they're about 6-5. So I think the playoff picture might be a little bit tight, but
Mhm.
I feel like this happens every year. I feel like we have a decent team. They just kind of got to figure it out.
Yeah, they started off slow, lost
Mhm.
a couple games they probably shouldn't have lost, but now coming back. Big game against PO tonight, though. That's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
a big one.
Yep.
Double A, or they're actually triple A, but still.
Filmed on Tuesday.
Yep. Big game tonight.
I believe PO is probably pretty good too. They
Mhm.
normally have a pretty
Yeah.
decent
Yeah, it should
program.
be a tough match.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. But yeah, they're 6-5 in the lower Highlands right now, so I think the playoff picture might be a little bit tight, but
Definitely a dangerous team, though, if they do sneak
Yeah.
in like an
Yeah.
8 seed.
No, what I've seen from this team is like if everyone plays with confidence and stuff, I feel like they're good. But once they get down, then it's kind of over.
Yeah, they want to play with swagger.
You know what also is this week? BA Tyrone.
Big
game.
back
Oh, yeah.
Yep, huge stuff.
Hey, at
It is
Tyrone.
away.
At Tyrone.
At
Yeah.
Tyrone,
Thursday,
yeah.
7 p.m.
I believe they're trying to do another whiteout for that. So come
yeah.
out and support your Lady Blue Devils.
If you need a ride, Zach can take it.
I mean, when it comes to the playoffs, though, like I don't exactly know everything about how volleyball works, and there are like certain rotations. But I feel like we're at our best when we put our actual starters in. You know, you see us putting in some players that just aren't in the starting rotation. It's like whenever we have all our main people out there, we really like thrive.
No, I completely agree with that. I feel like honestly, the offense kind of starts around Addie. I feel like when she's getting kills, it gives a lot of like motivation for the rest of the team, and like the morale's a lot higher.
That's
I
when
feel
you
like
getting the most excited.
I feel like once there's like some subs and however that stuff works there, that's whenever the team kind of goes downhill a bit.
Yeah.
And I know the student section does love to see a nice kill.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Oh,
get
yeah.
that
We get a
stuff.
little rowdy for get
Yeah.
a little boom stick.
But no, I think all around and stuff, we have 4 strong seniors on the team who definitely like help guide the underclassmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I mean that's another side where it's like it is good to get them in because then they learn the game.
Yeah.
Because next year, obviously, we won't be
We're
here.
gonna be
Most,
young.
yeah,
But-
what, most of the starters that are making an impact on
Yeah.
NBA, people are going to step up next year.
Mhm. But it's all about
Yeah.
leaving a legacy. I mean, they can show those guys how to get it done, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
Obviously, huge shout out to Coach Sophie though,
Yeah.
coaching the girls up, getting them to 500, stepping in 2 years ago. Whenever
That was
we
That
don't
was
we don't even get into
that
it.
was
Whenever
quite
that
the
happened.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But big shout out to Sophie for stepping in and really
Mhm.
taking the reins of this team and
You gotta
guiding them where
respect
they
that.
are.
Yep.
But no, I think they have a decent future. Even after next year, I feel like there's some people who are going to step up and create a good season for them.
Yeah,
Hopefully
but
they
this
can-
year though, I could definitely see big things happening. They sneak into those playoffs, can't let them in.
So
Yeah.
normally what happens is they get into playoffs and they lose like first round or something. But I've seen this team when they have momentum on their side. I feel like they can go far.
And
I mean,
they're
you
based
see them at tournaments too.
Yeah.
They actually go
Yeah.
far.
At tournaments, yeah, they
winning,
do.
Usually-
winning a
usually
lot,
podium, yeah.
And it's basically the same team from last year.
Yeah.
So they got that experience late into the season. Other teams might just not have. They know
Yeah.
what it's like to be in a big game.
Now we are going to be discussing this week's hot take, the best school lunch.
I'm going to have to go with popcorn chicken bowl right there. The mashed potatoes, the cheese, the corn, chicken all together.
Yeah, I like when it's all
It's
together
great.
too. Yeah.
Have a little gravy on top of there. I think everyone can agree that's the best school
No,
lunch.
yeah, I definitely do agree.
You know what, guys? I'm going to stop in with this week's hot take.
Hot
Ooh.
take.
I am going with noodles. Listen, the buttered noodles with the chicken nuggets and the fries is the best lunch. You cannot tell me otherwise. I'm a big pasta guy. I love Italian food. That just comes through for me. I love it.
I don't know if that's really Italian though. I
Nah,
mean, I just
Buttered
feel like
noodles.
Noodles. It's Italian to me. It's Italian enough. It gets the job
Are
done.
you just
So
saying, like,
is it only the noodles, or
I
is it
was
like
just
the
about to ask
combination
that.
of the
Yeah.
chicken, the fries, and the noodles?
Because I could be like,
All together.
tater tots are the best school
See, I
lunch.
feel like you're talking about sides here. I feel like we're not on the same.
no,
We're not on
I
the same mind.
would not
right here.
agree. I'm
Okay.
saying they steal the show of the real meal, but I'd say that the chicken nuggets and the fries still come through. Now, I will give you this. If the fries are not crispy, they do not do it for me.
Mhm.
And
no,
same
this-
thing with chicken nuggets. Like, if the breading's all weird, I can't do it. But there hasn't been a time, other than the one time I found a hair in my lunch, that the noodles haven't came through for me.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to be honest, I've only had the popcorn chicken ball one time, but it didn't really
You
do it
weren't
for
a
me.
fan, really?
Wow.
That is an
Listen,
interesting take.
I didn't
That
say
is-
I
that
didn't
is a
say
hot take,
no,
too.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that the noodles are better overall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have another
Right.
sneaky contender?
Okay.
Breakfast for lunch. There's little
Yeah,
French toast bites with the tater tots, some nice syrup.
yeah.
See, personally, I'm not a big fan of breakfast for lunch. It doesn't even matter if it's like the school lunch or not. I just feel like that's a little weird to me.
Yeah, I feel like I crave like salty food.
No,
for
that
my
is true.
lunchtime.
That's
no,
a
like
good
I
point.
want, I want like real food. I don't
Yeah.
want, pancakes and stuff for dinner or
Yeah.
lunch or something.
I mean, another thing that goes along with this is like, are we including specialty like?
Oh yeah,
lunches?
like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Just
Christmas
like,
lunch is
Christmas,
definitely in
Christmas
play.
lunch is. I mean, that's just a crazy pull.
I mean, yeah, you have
Oh,
three
yeah.
throughout the year: Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
and Easter.
Yeah,
as well.
Easter.
So
Yeah.
that's-
I mean, they're all really solid too. Another sneaky contender, the buffalo chicken
I was
pasta.
going to mention that.
I mess that up if I see it.
See, I've never had that.
I need
not
at least two if I see that on the
Yeah,
tray.
right.
It's Very, very yummy.
Yeah,
Is that like
No.
rare? Because I don't really see
It is.
that
It's,
much.
it's a rare pull.
and it's a newer one as well.
Is it
Like,
really?
Yeah, I
it
think it
hasn't
may have
been
made its
around
debut
forever.
like maybe last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now,
something
do you
like
like the buffalo chicken dip with the chips, or is
Yeah,
it?
it's definitely good, but
Okay, so
but
it's
the only knockout on it, the ratio is always off. You always have either
Really?
way too many
Nah, yeah,
chips
that's a
or
great
way
point.
too much.
No, I would agree with
I've
that.
seen that before. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're either eating just plain chips then, or you just have a mound of buffalo chicken dip you gotta go raw at. So I mean, there's really it's a lose at the end, but if you can ratio it pretty well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a
I would
contender.
agree. I would agree.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little bit extra on your chip, to even it out. But
Really load it up, take a big load on the chip.
yeah, but I'm okay with that.
You know what? I think we need to talk about what's the worst school lunch. Since we're three of us are in agreement for the best. So what would you say is the worst?
You know what? This
Yeah.
one I haven't seen this one in a while, but the beef stroganoff was just.
I'm pretty sure it's
I
off
would
the
go
menu.
through the lunchtime.
I'm pretty sure it is
Yeah.
off the menu.
I would get scared when I saw it. I was like, wow, what is that?
That looked like actual throw up just on noodles.
It looks like big shout out to the lunch lady. They're cooking with what ingredients they give, but they can't if they're given bad ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not on them.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
there's not
not-
much you can do. with
None
it.
Yeah.
of this is on the lunch list at all. This
No,
is
yeah,
just
I agree.
this is just
They
what,
tried the hardest.
Pure
what our
ingredient base.
government gives to
Yeah.
our schools out
Yeah,
here.
the stroganoff is it's a rough one.
Yeah, it is.
The pizza calzones.
I was gonna say that.
They're very dry.
Dude, it always looks
I-
so hard. I
oh,
never even get it.
I do remember that. Like, they were so doughy. There was,
Mhm.
like, no cheese or sauce on the inside.
Yeah.
It was just straight dough.
You're basically just eating a freaking loaf.
Yeah.
To be honest.
No, yeah.
Another one.
I remember those.
There's like tacos, whereas like the tortilla is by like a 54.
Oh,
pound
yeah.
loaf.
Oh, yeah.
And you get like a tablespoon of ground
Yeah.
beef, like a little sprinkle of salsa. It's basically just a tortilla with like the scent of ground beef in it.
Exactly. And another thing is, you fold that bad boy up, it is 1,000,000% ripping. Every
Oh, yeah.
single
Oh, yeah.
time. Without
No,
a doubt.
the
Or
quality,
so
the
you're just
quality
taking
of the
a bite
tortilla
of-
was not there.
Bite of tortilla in the mouth halfway.
Yeah.
You might get like 2 or 3 bites of actual like filling, but everything else is just straight tortilla. in the
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't think that's bad enough to be considered the worst.
Definitely not, but it's just
It's definitely a
unfortunate
disappointing
situation.
one because it has so
Yeah,
much potential.
Underwhelming. Yeah,
No, that player could definitely make the league. It's just like you need more filling. You
Yeah,
need
I
more
agree.
meat.
I agree.
I
It's
can
definitely like a
completely agree,
Draymond
though.
Green type of lunch. Like you
Yeah.
know the talent's there, it's just simply not showing in the
It's just
film
not
yet.
coming through
Yeah.
yet.
I completely agree with the beef stroganoff take though. That was like that's the worst lunch
Yeah.
I feel.
I
like
mean,
I've
we
ever
haven't.
seen.
You know what?
It's been a while.
I'm not
since
gonna
I
lie.
had
I've
that.
never tried it. It could low key not be bad, but it's just like
No, here's something
it's just
I
like
am
getting
gonna
it in your
say.
mouth part that concerns me.
Middle school, they've had it since then, and I remember I did give it a try once, and I wasn't completely repulsed by it, but like despite its looks, it looks not
No,
very
yeah.
yummy,
Don't judge a
but-
book by its cover.
Yeah.
Really.
But,
Yeah, I
but
mean-
honestly, if you're eating something and it doesn't look appealing, I mean,
No, yeah, that's
like, if you're
You
It's
don't
not
want
going
to
down.
eat it.
That's
You
what's
don't
going
want
on.
to eat
Yeah.
it.
Because something can taste good, but if it looks bad, you're gonna think it tastes bad.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
If it looks
There's-
bland and like it looks soggy.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
know how a piece of like beef can look
so-
soggy.
It looks like it's been chewed
but
already.
it achieves that feat, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Ah.
All right, well that was the hot take. That'll do it for this week's episode of 4th and 3. Thanks for watching.